Hello ladies and gents, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do a Warden walk with the Root Rider and Zap Quake strat that I've been using in all of my live streams as of recently just signed up to Legend League and I've been finding a lot of success with this strategy. So basically I'll just be showing you how I do the attack and breaking down what I'm thinking as I'm doing the attack. Just because when I'm live and when I'm actually doing the attack I can't really break down the attack, you know, because kind of focusing. But anyways, so it's a pretty simple strategy, right? So you have the 6 archers, 4 balloons, 3 wizards, 5 healers, a titan, and 9 root riders. And typically I use a flame flinger, but I actually bring, let me show you guys real quick actually. Load back in. So this is pretty much what I use. I try to bring a siege barracks, a log launcher, and a flame flinger. And then for the CC, I bring 2 yetis, a rockaloon, a balloon, and then an archer. Make sure you have that one archer though, because you know that might be the reason why you don't 3-star. And then a rage and a freeze. As far as the spells go, it's 6 lightning, 1 heal, 1 freeze, a poison, and a quake. So yeah, that's pretty much the army that I'm using. Actually, I switched 2 of the archers for 2 barbarians, so it's 2 barbarians and 4 archers. The barbarians are meant for spawning for the flame flinger because you don't want a Tesla taking out your flame flinger. So that's pretty much what the barbarians are for. So basically, I'll be showing you an attack where I did pretty good on the attack, and then I'll be showing an attack that I did wrong. And I actually looked at the attack while I was on stream because I do all my attacks on stream. And we can also see what I did wrong. So basically looking at the base, you know, you have 30 seconds to attack the base, right? So the initial thing that I want to do is I want to see where I can get a lot of lightning value, like zap and quake value, right? So that's the first thing I'm looking for. So I'm like zooming in on the base, trying to see where I can zap and quake. So on this base, for example, you can zap out like the monolith and the poison tower. You can zap out like I mean, that's pretty much it for this base, in my opinion, right? So I think that's pretty much what I go for here. I zap this out, and then after that, after I see where I want to zap out, I see where I want to do my Warden walk, and where I want to do my flame flinger, or whatever siege machine I'm using. So in this case, you could do like a flame flinger on the left side, or you could do even a siege barracks over here on this left side, over here in this corner. And then you can Warden walk on this side. So that's pretty much what I do. I end up zapping out, I think, the mono and poison tower because I think that's... Oh, and also the queen too. Basically, a little trick you can do when you're zapping out. You can wait for the heroes to wrap around a little bit, and you can actually take out the poison tower or whatever spell tower it is, or whatever defense it is, with the mono and the queen, or any hero for that matter, Warden tower or RC or queen. That's pretty much what I do here. So I wait, I quake, and I zap right away. And then I'm going to go ahead and I think place my flame flinger on the left side here. So I think also another trick I do here, because the flame flinger does not arrange the mortar. So I will place like 1, 2, 3 couple archers to distract the mortar, and then I'll place the flame flinger down to take out the mortar. So that's what I do here as well. Place a couple archers and the mortar will get distracted, allowing my flame flinger to be able to take it down. And then I'm going to Warden walk the right side here. Kind of a broad funnel, you could say. But the reason why I'm flame flinging here too, because I want to take out a first off the multi, and then there's nothing that's gonna hit my flame flinger here, and then I can do the same thing with the Warden, and then I can just go straight down in the middle of the base here. So honestly too, I could have probably placed my flame flinger. Oh, actually, there's no way to place it here, but you can also like place it somewhere like on a even here where the multi-archer tower was. Basically, you just want to place your flame flinger somewhere where you can set up a nice funnel and you can get some nice value. So that's pretty much what I do here. You only have 30 seconds to do the attack too, so keep in mind you got to do all this in like 30 seconds. So once you do it enough times though, it's not that difficult. So you kind of just wait a little bit for your flame flinger to do some damage over here. And then I typically start my Root Rider attack around 2 minutes. Typically, if you don't start it around then, you'll probably time fill. Even with the rage gem, I use the rage gem on my attacks as well. I should probably show you my hero equipment too. So I have the giant gauntlet and the rage gem on the king. You can also use the quake on the king as well. And then I have the standard invis vial and the archer puppet on the queen. For the warden, the regular eternal tomb and the rage gem, and then the RC, you know, obviously just a standard. So anyways, let's get into the attack now. During the Warden walk, you know, you want to place a couple balloons here. That's why I have the 4 balloons to check for seeking air mines. And the Warden will outrange the air defenses and pretty much anything else that will shoot down your healers, so that's nice. So you're kind of just waiting. I think in this case I kind of wanted to wait until the Warden took down the multi, but sometimes it takes a while, so that's why I placed my king a little bit early, and then I can go ahead and pull my my Warden with my Root Riders. CC comes out, placing my queen and my Titan right behind, place the poison right away. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a freeze. Basically too, you also want to try to freeze where you can get the most value. So like you want to usually freeze 2 to 3 defenses at once. In this case, this is a really good freeze because I freeze the CC troops, the king, single target inferno, and the Warden. So that's really good. And the troops are getting poisoned while they're frozen too. So Flamefinger still working on the left side, which is very nice. The healer guy lately has just, I don't know, not been great, but still pretty fine, I think. And that's also why I bring a heal spell too. I usually put my heal like next to the Townhall. Anywhere where there's a lot of damage being taken. You can also, like in this case too, you want to freeze like the Townhall and the scatter. This is a pretty good freeze. You can freeze, if you try to freeze like 2 to 3 defenses, that's a pretty good freeze in my opinion. So nothing too crazy, but yeah. And I usually delay my Warden ability up until the point where I'm right on the Townhall because the Root Riders are so slow. But if you don't Warden ability near the Townhall, then your troops will end up probably just dying, regardless of what troop they are, especially Root Riders because they're so slow. So ended up Warden ability, that even work. And then I go ahead and place my RC on the right side here to take out this other multi-archer tower on the right side. Your troops should be able to survive if you do like a decent ward ability. I mean, your healers are probably going to die due to the Townhall poison, but at this point, I mean, the base is pretty much destroyed. And the only issue you have at this point, if you do the funneling right, is just the time. That's why I place some RC pretty early too. You can also place your RC pretty early in the attack, just depending. That way you don't end up time filling. I think on this attack I almost ended up time filling actually, so. But yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. I can show another attack as well, where I did get the 3-star. So let's pull up another one. Mr. Captain Slimmer. Let's see this one. So in this base, again, the first thing I'm looking for is Zap Quake value. So luckily for me, this base has a lot of Zap Quake value. I mean, there's just so much value. You're looking at the base, right? And there's this. You can literally zap out all of these defenses right here, like this 2 scatters, Rage Tower, 2 expos. That's just crazy zap value, right? You can zap out this whole thing, like the Rage Tower, mono, and multi Archer towers, which is insane. So in this case, I'm looking at the base, right, and I'm trying to see what the best thing would be. And I kind of do like a little bit of an unorthodox strat, I think. Instead of like going like if you're looking at this base, right, you can zap out, like typically you want to zap out the monolith, because that's like the strongest defense, right? Everything else you can pretty much power through. Monolith though does a lot of damage, especially to Root Riders because they have a lot of health, right? So I could have zapped this out, and then I could have, like, you know, Flame Flingered here, Warden walked here, and then finished at the Townhall, right? But in this case, I ended up zapping out the 2 scatter shots with the 2 expos and the Rage Tower, because this is just too good value, you know, to let go. So that's pretty much what I did here. And the reason why I'm taking so long too is because first thing I look for is the Zap Quake value, and then I'm looking for when I want to place my Flame Flinger. So I go ahead and zap this out. Once I try to use like all of the time I can before the attack starts, so 30 seconds, and then I start my attack. That way I can plan the most. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Zap all this out real quick. And I will say I should have started my Warden walk first, because I'm kind of wasting a lot of time here just checking. But I wanted to see if I could Flame Flinger the Townhall just for fun, you know, make the attack a little more interesting. So yeah, I'm kind of just wasting a little bit of time here, to be honest with you. I should have started my Warden walk like 20 seconds ago, but I was kind of seeing, I don't know, I was kind of a little indecisive. That's the one thing too, you don't want to really be indecisive. Like, you kind of just want to pick a side and go for that. So I should have just Warden walked. Originally I was going to Warden walk here anyway, so I should have just done that at the start, but I wasted a lot of time. So, but it's all for a good reason, you know, because I was going to Warden walk here. I was originally going to Warden walk like down here, place my Flame Finger over here, but I saw that there might have been an opening. That's why I checked for the Tornado Trap, the Tesla, And then I ended up flame flingering the Townhall and avoiding the CC completely, which is actually super nice, because then that allows me to not have to wait to ward ability through the Townhall. So I'm gonna use a wizard here. A little trick here you can use is you can use a wizard to take down any skeletons that are good. In this case it didn't work, but yeah. Basically just want to try to make sure that your warden's not wasting any shots as well. That's what I've learned for warden walking. And then in this case I kind of just, because I was running low on time, typically I probably would have just like tried to take out this multi. If I would have started my warden walk like 20 seconds earlier, even 30 seconds earlier, I would have been able to get this multi. My warden probably would have walked this way, and then I could have pulled my warden all the way over here, and then just went from like this area all the way down to here. But I wasted so much time being like indecisive and trying to see where I wanted to attack that I just had to place my Root Riders like right away into the Rage Gem. So that's also why I like using the Rage Gem for the strategy, because it's a passive ability, so it just speeds up your troops just a tiny bit, you know. And I can kind of diverge down here, but I do get the Townhall, which is very nice. And then I can kind of just roll to the base at this point, because I can use my 2 freeze spells that I have. I can freeze this pretty much this whole thing. I didn't unfortunately freeze before the Rage Tower went off. But at this point, I'm looking at 3 things, right? I'm looking at the CC troops coming out, I'm looking at my main army, and I'm looking at my king, because I want to try to also look for a place where I can put my RC, because keep in mind I already spent a lot of time, right, on my attack. So my main army is warden ability. I can also drop another rage to make my troops even faster. And then I put a little cheeky poison down here on the CC. You can also like do cheeky poison like this, or you could just wait for them to engage your main army. But yeah, I kind of just poisoned because I saw an opening, just because of the timing. And then I placed my RC here to help my king out. My king comes back alive with the Phoenix ability, and that's pretty much it. This base is pretty much destroyed just because it wasn't a good. Luckily for me, I was able to. It's more of an unorthodox kind of base, but it wasn't. There was a lot of zap valley. It wasn't really a good base, to be honest with you. That's why I was able to waste so much time and still get the triple. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that base. And then my last 2 hits for the day, though, I kind of messed up. I think I actually time filled this one and straight filled this one. So we can look at this one against Seiya. I think I actually time filled this base. So same thing. I'm looking for zap value, right? So there's decent zap value right here. There's 2 ricochet cannons, a rage tower, and a multi-inferno tower, which is pretty good. You can also just, if you want to just straight up lining out the monolith, you can too. Or even down here, you can like zap out the warden tower, rage tower, and multi. And like this area, like there's so much zap value everywhere. Even like here, the queen and the scatter. Like if you really wanted to do this area, or even like, I don't know. You just basically have to look at the base and see where you think you can get some decent zap value. So I ended up zapping like right here in the middle of the base, because that's a lot of value. And then I'm looking where I want to do my Warden Walk and my Flame Flinger next. So I actually don't remember where I put the. I think I Warden Walked up here, which is actually not a good spot in my opinion, because my Warden doesn't get much value with the Warden Walk, and also my Root Riders have to travel pretty far to get towards the Townhall. So it's just tricky too, because also when you're looking where you want to place your Flame Flinger, you also have to keep in mind the mortars. So like, let's say for example, I could try to Flame Flinger up here, right? But the Expos and the mortars are gonna deny me. So yeah, I do end up Warden walking up here. I think my initial plan was to try to get a funnel like over here with a Flame Flinger and then Warden Walk over here. But in this case, I did start my Warden Walk before I zapped, which is typically what I like to do, because the more time you spend zapping and then waiting for your warden, you just end up wasting like 5 to 10 seconds, which you end up needing to do the attack. So pretty much did my Warden Walk, place some balloons to check for traps, and then I zap out the key area that I was looking at first. And then in this case, I honestly, because you gotta think about it too, you have 30 seconds to plan. So I guess on this base, I probably didn't see enough Flame Flinger value to warrant a Flame Flinger, because, you know, there's ground bows literally everywhere. Like if you place a Flame Flinger here, here, there's literally nowhere for you to place a Flame Flinger to get really good value, in my opinion. Like the mortar here, you can get like an Archer Tower and then it would just die to the mortar, and it would take too much time to distract, in my opinion too. Like you could do the trick where you distract a mortar with archers or barbarians, but it just takes so much of your time away. Like, you want to have your main focus towards your warden walk, because you don't want your warden to accidentally go to ability when you're paying attention to like your flame flinger, you know, because then at that point the attack is gonna be kind of difficult to funnel. So I end up going to warden walk on the top side, and then siege barracks on the right side to funnel. So basically I'm trying to go from here down into the base. So pretty much just waiting a little bit, try to get the multi-target inferno if I can before I go inside, because they will burn your healers if you don't. And then I go ahead and do my king on the left side here. And I think my initial plan was like to just go straight down the base like this. The thing is that this is not really, I think, a good location though. Like I said, I think a better decision probably would have been to siege barracks where my king is, king on like the top side, and take out this whole compartment here. And then just root rider through this part straight into the town. A little bit more efficient time-wise, because now my root riders have to go from here to take out only 3 defenses, three key defenses. Then they have to walk all the way down here, risk splitting, which I think is what happens, and then engage the monolith and the town hall, which is honestly not very good. So I think that's one thing I would have changed on this attack, is just my approach. I kind of took an awkward approach. So root riders are very slow troops, so you kind of want to just try to limit, their attacking space, I guess you could say. Yeah, they do like this awkward split now, and like my king and my queen are stuck now. I have to like warden ability. I think this is, yeah, I warden ability because my healers are getting targeted, and they end up splitting. Then my king and my queen are over here on the left side, and it's just overall not looking good because of due to a poor funnel that I have created. I mean, it wasn't a bad funnel, but I just like I said, I attacked on the wrong side. Now I have to place my RC right into the monolith, into the town hall. And I actually thought I was gonna not even get the town hall at this base, because I was pretty worried. Luckily my healers kind of stayed alive here. Or actually I think this is a straight up power fall, not a time fail, now that I'm thinking about it. I freeze the town hall, try to get the town hall. Like, you want to try to get the 2-star at least for sure if everything goes wrong, because you don't want a 1-star. So I do get the town hall here. This town hall poison is so rough. Even with the nerf, it's still rough. And the NATO comes out, and then pretty much all my stuff just ends up fizzling out here. So yeah, I looked at this attack on stream, and I think that's and even now that I'm looking at it, I think I would have just changed that one approach to the attack, because my root riders had to travel from so far, and then the splitting is just horrible. So I could have probably just sent my king over like here on the top side with the anything different than what I did, But yeah, 92%, not too high, but also not too low, I guess. And I think this one was also just a straight up power fail. So this one, the thing about these bases too, I think these bases defend pretty well against root rider, just because they're so contained, or there's so many defenses shooting at once. These bases are usually pretty tricky for QC attacks too, but I noticed especially for these attacks too. But this base should have been pretty easy. I think I just kind of threw this attack overall. Like, once again, I'm looking for zap value and flame flinger value. So I was looking at this base on stream actually, and I was kind of memeing a little bit, because the flame flinger value right here is just absurd. Like, I thought it was too good to be true, but this base has so much flame flinger value, it's not even funny. Like, you can literally flame flinger all of this for free, like literally. So that's what I ended up doing, and then I zap this out, but I made the mistake of like warden walking into the CC. I probably should have like, I was thinking about warden walking down here, but the heroes deterred me. And these heroes also deterred me too. So I guess the only place I thought would be good would be over here. But I kind of didn't take in consideration of the CC, because it's just such an awkward position. So yeah, that kind of also messed up my attack too, because I couldn't really lure the CC at once. So yeah, that's pretty much what went wrong at the start. Maybe if I would have warden walked over here, or maybe even down here, warden versus warden wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, warden walked down here, which is kind of not a good approach, because after realizing the CC was there, I pulled some of the CC, and I was honestly pretty shocked by this. I wasn't even didn't even realize the CC was there, to be quite honest with you guys. So now it's kind of awkward because the whole CC doesn't get pulled, so I poison. That's also another mistake that I made. I kind of just panicked poison there. Then I place a wizard to help my my Warden out here. And I have to start my flame flinger though. Like even though I'm having a rough start, like I have to remember to start your siege machine, because especially if it's a flame flinger, it needs to get the value before you do your main attack. So that's pretty much what I do. I check for Tesla with the archer and balloon on the bottom. I think I just checked with the balloon actually. And then now I have to engage these ice golems, which is really weird. So I end up just starting the attack like right away because I've already wasted so much time with the poor decision making in my Warden placement. And now this has just become so bad though, because now that I had to panic with my Root Riders, now my healers are just getting free damage and everything's just frozen. So that's another thing too. Besides looking for zap value and looking for flame flinger value, you also want to look where the CC is. So definitely don't Warden Walk into the CC, I guess. I mean, that would be my recommendation, unless you have like troops to kill it, take out the CC and kill them off, you know, because it's gonna be a pain, you know. Like I could have like used my A Titan here, but I didn't look at the whole CC, and it's just a mess. So also be wary of the CC troops as well, like the CC radius, or where it is at least. Yeah, because my healers are just dying here pretty much for free now. And it's looking pretty rough. I mean, even then it's still not looking too bad, but the reason why this attack is so rough too, like despite all my mistakes, I still think I could have got this attack, but the Invis Towers just end up ruining everything. If it was poison, I think it would have been perfectly fine, because it would have slowed down all my troops, my healers would have been able to recover. But then my king ends up walking over here, my queen ends up walking over here. And yeah, this attack is, it's pretty dead at this point. I mean, you can kind of see like everything is just gonna die in the middle. Warden ability is already used, so this is pretty much an example of what you don't want to do. You don't want to Warden walk into the CC, and yeah, that's don't panic, I guess. Yeah, the attack ends up going pretty south because my heroes also walk around, which is kind of unfortunate too, but yeah. Just one little mistake like that can ruin your attack, I've noticed. So that's yeah, that's pretty much how the attack went. Kind of ended up in a fail, a low fail too. I think it was like 82% or 86%, which is not that great. I think this we can look at this 94% one too. This one was also a time fail, so yeah. So also, like, once again, I'm looking for zap value, so you can like zap value this. You can even zap out like these three if you wanted. You can zap out like this compartment. Like if you zap like 3 or 4 defenses, that's pretty good. Even like you can zap out like these 2 scatter shots if you really wanted to. So I think I just go ahead and zap out the mono and the single though. I believe so, because that's like the most straight up value you could probably get. And then I'm kind of just looking where I want a flame flinger and or what siege machine I want to use. Usually flame flinger and then Warden Mock. So I think I end up zapping this, and I think I end up setting the oh wait, this base looks really similar. Oh yeah, so I end up zapping the mortar, the inferno, and the mono. I thought we watched this earlier, but no, it's a different base. Looks pretty similar though. Similar layout. So in this case, I am going to flame flinger on the left side and use balloons to take out the mortar there, because the mortars are going to take out your flame flinger. So I go ahead and flame flinger here, place an archer here to take these other defenses out, or these other buildings out rather. And I'm kind of just waiting. I don't know why. I think I was kind of indecisive here actually. This is why I probably time filled, is because I didn't know where I wanted to Warden Walk. I initially wanted to Warden Walk over here, but I wasn't sure if the Ricochet Cannon would out DPS my healers, because the Ricochet Cannon does do a lot of damage. So yeah, I end up Warden Walking like right here. Just straight up into the defenses, because I didn't want to risk time filling, especially this base is so long, you know. Pretty much Flame Flicker can get all this for free, which is very nice. Then you're pretty much just trying to get as much funneling as you can with your Warden. I think after I get this Tesla, I place my troops like right here, literally directly on. Yeah, I do. Kind of an awkward split though. My Warden kind of just splits up as well, which is very awkward. I mean, it still should be fine. You place the rest of your balloons, your Titan, and then your troops kind of just go inside the base. My troops kind of split up here, so I was kind of forced to drop a heal spell here. So I guess in this case what I could have done is flame flinger this area, and then I could have just like, I probably should have just Warden walked here and then rewrited here what I did, but yeah, then my troops end up splitting once again, which is not the best. It's not too bad though, because it's only 2 Riders and my queen can just kind of take this part out. As long as most of your Riders stay pretty much together with the healers on them, then you should be fine. So, and then also too, I'm trying to freeze like key defenses and multiple defenses. So in this case, it's a pretty good freeze because I freeze air defense, a poison tower, a builder hut, and a multi-target burner. So not too bad. Now my healers are getting targeted though. The CC does come out. My Root Riders are still split, which is not very good. That's also part of the reason why I probably time filled on this base, is just because I took a very awkward angle. My Root Riders had ended up splitting. So I think on this base, I definitely would have just like, you know, Warden walked one side and then just straight up like, or Warden walked even here and then just went straight down the base like that. So instead of having like an awkward split, you know what I mean? Yeah, at this point all my healers are pretty much dead. My queen's forced to ability, she's pretty much gonna die. I haven't placed Marcia, but now I haven't used my ward ability yet, which is like another important thing you could do. So now that my siege machine is gonna come out, I've been just holding my ward ability because there hasn't really been, I think, a situation where I should have used them. I could have used them here to save my healers, but the Townhall is still alive. So I usually try to hold my ward ability for as long as I can because I want to get the Townhall, you know. That's like the most important thing, especially on these bases. So yeah, ward ability, and then now it's just kind of like trying to fight through this back end. You can also use like your RC ability early here to try to get as much damage as you can. I think actually this might have been just a straight up powerful as well, because my Root Riders ended up dying. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. These bases are kind of tricky too, because the thing is, like, the Town Hall's all the way on the edge, so if you try to attack directly into the Town Hall, you risk having a Warden ability early. So I think if you just set up a nice funnel, get some nice zap value, and set up a nice funnel, then you should be fine. Like if I would have Flame Finger, like I said, this side, and then probably Warden Walk like more on this side, and then just should have like went all the way through here, maybe use my King to break in through all this, I think it would have been fine. Like King to destroy all this over here and then make his way into there. I think it would have been fine. So just little things like that. If you're too indecisive during your attack, then it's gonna end up in a fail. Like if you notice, like in a lot of these attacks, I'm kind of indecisive where I want to Warden Walk, so that's, oh, time fail. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was just straight power fail. So I think the most important thing on these attacks is, like I said, when you're attacking, you wanna just try to find the zap value like right away, and the next thing you want to do is you want to try to find a good Warden walk location, and then you can try to find your good Flame Flinger location, or if you're using a siege barracks, find a good siege barracks location. Make sure you're not placing your siege machines inside your inside defenses, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If like a lot of bases are gonna have town halls like this, so you can kind of just, you know, Flame Flinger an area, and then just kind of like, let's say like I Flame Flinger down here, except like this expo's here, then you can kind of just, you know, zap something out, and then just make your way from like here through here and then end at the town hall, you know. So that's pretty much it. Breaking down a bunch of attacks of what I think is good and what I think is not good, because I think it's important you can learn from your own replays too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm planning on also uploading some lower town hall series, because I'm playing on my town hall 10s again, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, you can catch all of my attacks live. I stream every single day on Twitch, and I'm currently signed up in Legend League, so if you guys want to check me out on there, twitch.tv/Terminator. Let me show you guys real quick. Don't worry, I already have it pulled up. Whoa. Yeah. This is the good old YouTube channel that you guys are going to be watching this on. And then, you know, the good old Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Terminator. Peep the new PFP, by the way. But yeah, anyways, I'll be live later tonight. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Hope you guys all have a good night or day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.